Well, the story of this World Cup final, this T20 World Cup final in 2021, both captains wanted to win the toss and chase, but only one can win the toss. So it was Aaron Finch who won it and told New Zealand to bat first. First couple of overs went well, but then the one Daryl Mitchell wicket and things have just slowed down. The lowest power play for New Zealand so far in this tournament, it was 36 previously. It's 32 today. And after that, things have been a bit of a crawl. There's two boundaries from Williamson of Marsh, making it look slightly better. This is Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me, Zaheer Khan. Zach, not the day to have your slowest, lowest, and most forgettable power play as a batting side.
Well, but the wicket has played like that. Looks like it's slightly dry. Looks like the ball is not coming onto the bat that much. Hence, the dot ball percentage has gone on the higher side. We'll have to see now how it shapes up, and whether dew is going to be a factor, whether the wicket plays a bit easier in the second innings. That's something which we have to see. But at the moment, it definitely looked like the assessment was done basis that, and even if they were soaking in a bit of dot balls, they don't mind because the batters have to set in and then look to take the charge. So from New Zealand's point of view now, since they've done all this hard yard and two set batters are batting in that, they need to make sure that these two only carry on from here. If that doesn't happen, then I think it looks like a sort of wicket where one wicket can bring in two wickets if you just look to be aggressive right from the word go.
What have they been? So obviously Hazelwood has been absolutely spectacular in this power play, right? Hazelwood has been doing what he's been doing. He just bowls these. It's just these lengths he bowls. Imagine he's bowled 3 overs, right? So 14 dot balls out of the 18 that he's bowled. He's of course picked up that wicket. A little bit of his dot ball pressure as well. But just what is it, Zach? According to you, what's the magic that Hazelwood brings? Is it his length? Is it his line? Is it his variation of pace? What's he doing? What's he doing right for you?
Well, to start with, he's a tall bowler. So he uses his height to his advantage. Not everyone can just bowl on that length and does and do what Hazelwood has been doing because he's tall and he's got that really easy, simple action as well. Reminds me a bit like Glenn McGrath, who used to use his height very well, bowl that back of the length. But because of that extra bounce, it's not easy to just take charge against him. So that is something which he uses to his advantage. His length is immaculate, and when you have wicket to support that, you become even more effective. So Hazelwood is someone, he keeps things simple. Even though he's playing this format, he looks to bowl the similar kind of lengths what he bowls in test matches. Maybe look to hit the deck a bit harder than what you do in a test match, but he just likes to work around that, and that's why his numbers with the new ball are very good. And the captains also look to use him in that fashion because that's his strength, and you maximize that strength by bowling him with the new ball.
We've obviously now got Stark bowling the 11th over. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? He just bowled the 1 over, the first one, of course, and then after that took him away. And expensive may always. Wow, look at us. This is slightly the Combox curse. We just talked up Hazelwood, and now Hazelwood has dropped Williamson on the boundary. Little full toss outside off, turned it all the way up to kind of square leg, and that's where Hazelwood has dropped him. So one-handed shot, and where was he? He's kind of in the middle of fine leg and square leg. I don't know. It's like fine square or square fine or something. I don't know what that, but basically at the boundary, he's picked it up all the way outside off, one-handed, a bit like Rishabh Pant, and that's gone. What is that? It go for 4 or 6? Did that go over the boundary when he dropped it? Went for 4. And he has pounded a beautiful straight drive for 4. So that means that Stark has gone for 2 boundaries back to back. And Williamson is looking in beautiful flow. You don't want to drop Williamson in a big final.
No, for sure. I think we'll have to wait and see because this is the kind of surface also we're looking at. This is the kind of surface where we need someone who can rotate strike, someone who can be aggressive.
Grafters.
Yeah,
grafters, right?
So from Australia's point of view, again, like how we were talking about in the semis, when they bat, they will need someone like Finch and Stephen Smith. because they
Yeah.
are the crafters. They can rotate things around, and then from one end you
Yeah.
can go heavy. So similar
Yeah.
kind of a strategy will be seen from New Zealand as well in at this point, where Guptill maybe look to be aggressive. uh, Williamson will take his time, but at the same time, he's got ability to shift gears and maybe up the ante and play some shots like how we've seen right now. But from New Zealand's
Yeah.
point of view, DK, it's very important. Next 4 to 5 overs, now you want these two batters only to carry on.
Yeah. Look at Williamson. Stark, this over, this 11th over by Stark is turning out to be so expensive. A third boundary in a row of a no ball. So we're at 16 of the over with still a ball to go, right? So so it gets two. So it's 18 of the 11th. Ooh, listen, games have turned for far lesser, haven't they?
Well, that's what this format is all about, isn't it? At 10 over mark, they must be thinking that, okay, they are behind in the game. But now this 1 over, which was from Australia's point of view, it was like, taking that pressure a notch higher. But
Yeah.
it has gone the other way around. And where the momentum shift, we often speak about momentum shift in the game, in the tournaments also. But now this is certainly a momentum shift for New Zealand. This is what they were looking for. Like I said, if they're able to keep the wicket, the same partnership going on, because since they've invested now time in the middle, understanding the situation, understanding the conditions, I think for New Zealand's best chance, this partnership needs to be longer and bigger. Maybe for another 3 4 overs. If they go beyond 15 overs, nothing like it, because the wicket is not allowing to be aggressor as you go on to bat. Which means if you have a lot of wickets in hand by 15 over mark, that will really put you in a strong position where even if you lose wicket trying to be attacking, you can still manage somehow to get to the total, which will really put this Australian batting lineup under pressure when you're defending.
Well, it looks like the Combox curse has struck for Guptill. He must be thinking that if you guys made Hazelwood drop a catch of Williamson, why not do the same to me? But that's not happened. So Zampa's managed to get the wicket. It is Stoinis who has taken the catch, or was it Warner? One of them on the boundary has taken him. So Guptill's gone. He got 28 of 35, really struggled. This will hurt New Zealand because when you face 35 balls in a final, your strike rate's got to be 130, 140 because you've played more than 1/4 the deliveries that your team, almost 30% of the deliveries, and you've only scored 28 runs. This could be expensive. I think before we close, just the one thing that Stark did bowl 2 full tosses in the 11th. So is the ball getting wet? Right? The second one was a full toss above waist high, which is why it was a no ball. Was he going for Yorker and missed because the ball is wet? I don't know. Can't tell. I'm sure we're going to find out.
No,
But there's another
so
factor.
far there were no signs of DK, so we'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see how the game is evolving. But yeah, so far so good. The wicket has looked a bit on the dry side.
Yeah.
All the experts were reading the wicket on those lines. It looked like it wasn't easy to just play through the line. So these are the signs which tells you that maybe the wicket is on the slow side. So we'll have to judge this batting effort, whatever New Zealand gets, based on how the game goes in the second innings. So the
Yep.
back 20 is going to matter when Australia bats on the surface, because the kind of mindset they've been in, it has been one of those attacking mindsets, isn't it? So we'll have to
True.
see how it goes, and that's what final brings to you, the pressure side, how you adapt, how you adjust. So a lot to be seen in this finals for sure now from here on.
Interesting that for New Zealand, Glenn Phillips has come out to bat at 4 because no Devin Conway today. He had got injured. So it's Williamson and Glenn Phillips now to follow. Tim Seifert, Jimmy Neesham, Mitchell Santner can throw the bat around as well. All right, that's all we have for you on the Combox. Gaurav Kapur and Zaheer Khan signing off. We will see you on Cricbuzz Live at the end of this New Zealand batting effort. Let's see where they end up. Thank you so much for watching.